A small mistake can cost a company a lot. One click on a bad link can let attackers in. They can steal data. They can lock files. They can stop work for days. Many of the largest data breaches you read about in the news did not start with a sophisticated brute force assault against a company's firewalls. Instead, they began quietly, with a single employee making a single, understandable error. That is why your daily habits, the small decisions you make every minute at your computer, are the most critical layer of defense your organization has. Your attention is the first line of defense. Let's start with a real story. A finance worker at a mid-sized manufacturing firm started her day like any other. An email arrived that appeared to be from a regular vendor. It contained an invoice and a link to a payment portal. The branding looked correct. The language was professional. The employee, under pressure to process payments quickly, clicked the link to review the invoice. The page looked a little strange, but she entered her login details anyway. Nothing happened, so she closed the browser and moved on. That one click, however, was enough. It installed malware on her machine. That malware did not announce itself with a flashing screen or a warning message. It sat silently, harvesting her credentials and mapping the company's internal network. Over the next few weeks, the attackers used that initial foothold to move from one system to another, escalating their privileges along the way. They located sensitive customer data. They located financial records. They located intellectual property. The company only discovered the breach when the attackers deployed ransomware, encrypting every critical file and demanding a multi-million-dollar payment. The business ground to a halt. The cost was not just financial. It was a devastating loss of customer trust and reputation. This story shows how a simple, everyday action can trigger a cascade of disastrous events. The attackers did not break down the door. They were handed the key. Email is the primary tool for business communication. It is also the primary entry point for cyber threats. Attackers send messages designed to look real. These are called phishing emails. They try to get you to click a malicious link. They try to get you to open a dangerous attachment. Your first defense is skepticism. Always check the sender's email address carefully. Do not just look at the display name. Inspect the full address. Phishing emails often use addresses that are slightly misspelled or come from a public domain like Gmail instead of a corporate one. Look for other red flags: urgent language, threats, unusual requests. Grammar and spelling mistakes are also common giveaways. A professional organization is unlikely to send official communications filled with obvious errors. If an email asks you to provide sensitive information, stop. No legitimate company, including your own IT department, will ever ask for your password via email. Verify the request through a different communication channel. Never use the contact information provided in the suspicious email itself. Think of your password as the key to your digital office. If someone steals it, they can walk right in. That is why using a strong, unique password for every account is not just a suggestion. It is a necessity. A strong password is long, ideally 12 characters or more, with a random mix of uppercase, lowercase, numbers, and symbols. Do not use personal information like your name or birth date. Avoid common words or sequential characters like 1123456 or password. Remembering dozens of unique, complex passwords is impossible for most people. That is where a password manager comes in. A password manager generates and stores strong passwords for all your accounts. You only need to remember one master password. Your company may provide an approved password manager for business use. Using one eliminates the dangerous habit of reusing passwords across different services. Even the strongest password can be stolen. That is why multi-factor authentication, MFA, is one of the most effective security controls you can use. MFA adds a second layer of verification. Even if an attacker steals your password, they will be blocked because they do not have your second factor. This second factor is typically something you have, like your smartphone, a texted code, an authenticator app prompt, or a physical security key. Enable MFA on every account that offers it, especially work email, cloud storage, and financial platforms. It may seem like a small inconvenience, but it transforms a vulnerable account into a hardened target. The vast majority of account takeovers can be prevented by this simple action. Think of it this way. Your password is the lock on your door, but MFA is the security guard standing in front of it. Your security responsibilities extend to the devices you use and the networks you connect to. It is essential to keep your devices and apps updated. Updates frequently contain patches for critical security vulnerabilities. When you see a notification for an update, install it promptly. Do not delay these updates. Public Wi-Fi networks are notoriously insecure, often unencrypted, and attackers can intercept your traffic. Avoid conducting sensitive business on public Wi-Fi. If you must use it, always connect through your company's virtual private network, a VPN. A VPN creates a secure, encrypted tunnel for your internet traffic, making it unreadable to snoops. Change the default administrator password on your router, use a strong Wi-Fi password, and prefer WPA3 or WPA2 if WPA3 isn't available. Create a separate guest network for visitors and smart home devices to isolate them from your work devices. Always lock your computer when you step away. Keep sensitive papers and screens protected, especially in public or around visitors. Technology can block many threats, but determined attackers often bypass it with social engineering, the art of psychological manipulation. They build trust, create urgency, or prey on your willingness to help, by phone, social media, email, or in person. Common ploys include posing as IT to get your password, or baiting with an infected USB left where you'll find it. Adopt professional skepticism. Verify unusual requests using known phone numbers from your directory or the vendor's public website. If something feels off, pause. Trust your instincts. Your caution is a powerful defense mechanism. Security is not a one-time project. It is a continuous practice. Many data breaches begin with a simple human action, but that also means that simple human actions can stop them. The cost of this caution is small, measured in seconds of thought before a click. The cost of a breach, however, can be immense: lost revenue, damaged reputation, and even job losses. Your actions matter. They are the bedrock of our collective security. Here is a simple checklist to keep in mind every day. First, think before you click, on links in emails and on downloads from websites. Second, use strong, unique passwords for all your accounts and enable multi-factor authentication everywhere it is available. A password manager can help you with this. Third, keep your devices and applications updated. Fourth, lock your computer screen whenever you step away. Ultimately, the most important action you can take is to report suspicious activity immediately. Do not wait or feel embarrassed. Quick reporting helps the security team contain damage. Time is of the essence. Make security a part of your professional DNA. Follow policies, attend training, and practice what you learn. By being vigilant, you protect your colleagues, your customers, and the future of your organization. Start with these small, smart actions today. This video is produced by the Computer Specialists and the offices of Nate Daniels.